Good day, good day, good day, everybody. It's good to be with you all. Today, technically, is Wednesday, April 6th, 2022. The show is pre-recorded. However, this is the day, y'all. This is the day when you see this. It will be Wednesday, April 6th, which is the actual anniversary of SIP. And really, it wasn't called SIP. The very first Facebook Live I did, we didn't have a name for it. We didn't have a name for it probably for like a month or so. And then Reverend Jennifer named it SIP, Spirit in Practice. Yes. So we are in our anniversary week. We've been celebrating all week long, and our celebration has been me sharing some of the learnings from SIP that I've gathered, and like some SIP nuggets. So I shared some on Monday, I shared some Tuesday, and I'm going to share two more today. But first, I want to share the first Facebook Live that I did. And so I mentioned to y'all what a mess that was, right? But what did we learn? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's messy. What matters is that we do it. Let's just do it. Yes? All right. So let me set the stage. I'm in Studio A, which was not this space. Studio A was upstairs in my office in my house. And I would be like in this little corner, right, to get the light from outside because I didn't have a ring light. I didn't have a Yeti. I had nothing. All I had was my cell phone. This is all I had. This is all I had, right? And whatever I did, it did what it did, and it was interesting. So, without further ado, should I say more about that? So you'll know that I did it based on a dare from Sekou. We're in the midst of the pandemic, talking about what we want to do. I said I always wanted to do Facebook Live. He said you should do it. I said no, and I had all my reasons why I wasn't going to do it. And then he said, I dare you. And so I did. And you're going to see what the outcome of that was. And I've been doing it ever since. So I've been doing it ever since April 6th, 2020. Baby steps. So this is my baby step into what has now become SIP. All right, let's go, Sekou. Good day, everybody. This is Melissa. I am Rev Melissa. It is so good to be here, and I just wanted to send out blessings and peace to everybody. So I wanted to share a good word with you all today about the importance of having a spiritual practice. So a spiritual practice is something that I've been doing for a really long time. And as a life coach, it's one of the first assignments that I give to my clients, because having something to ground you in the day sets you up for the day. So what does that look like, right? People always want to know, what is a spiritual practice? How do I do that? But before I go there, the importance of spiritual practice is that it helps you to lift your vibration for the day. We put out so much during the day that we have to spend the time putting in what it is that we need to fortify us for the day. So a spiritual practice is something as simple as setting aside time every single day. Every single day. Just like you brush your teeth every single day, I hope, your spiritual practice is every single day. And I recommend doing it first thing in the morning, because that's an indication that you are important, that nothing else comes before you taking care of nourishing your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit. All of those things are connected. So it indicates I'm spending this time with myself and I'm doing something to fortify myself for the day, to nourish myself for the day, to power myself up for the day. You know, just like you plug in and source up and power up your cell phone, you're doing the same thing for yourself, right? Plugging in, getting that power in. So what does it look like? 3 simple things. I encourage you first thing in the morning and to set a time for yourself, right? So it's something that's consistent. So the first thing is inspirational reading. Anything that is inspiring you, motivating you. It could be a sacred text. It could be a self-development book, whatever it is, but it's inspiring, right? So a couple of minutes of that. Next, to do some journaling. So journaling can be, you know, asking your higher self a question, because all the answers are within us. Everything that we need to know is within us when we connect to that higher self, that capital S self. So you do some journaling. You can ask yourself a question. What does success look like for me today? You could write yourself a love letter, whatever it is to keep that vibration high for yourself in the morning. And then you close it out with meditation. And I know some people hear the word meditation, it's like, oh, I can't do that. Meditation can be guided. There's a lot of resources online. You can simply sit and just be with your breath, breathing in and breathing out, and just being conscious of that. And that could be your meditation. So I just wanted to take a moment and share the importance of spiritual practice. First thing in the morning, you first, fill yourself up, self-full, journaling, inspirational reading, journaling, and meditation. Enjoy. That, I feel like I'm watching somebody else. That doesn't even feel like me anymore. It's so bizarre. And it's only 2 years ago. It's not like 20 years ago. It's only 2 years ago. Oh my goodness, y'all. That was less than 5 minutes. That was less than 5 minutes. I remember feeling like I can't wait till this is over. I don't have nothing else I need to say. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. But I did it. But I did it, y'all. But I did it. And now we are on April 6, 2022. And it's been 2 years of SIP. It's been 2 years, y'all. So, God, I keep thinking back to that day now. Like, like, what was I doing? Like, why? I never held my camera on my phone before. Like, okay, all right. So, we're going to continue. We're going to continue with some learning. So y'all can see how much I have learned from that day to today, right? Like night and day almost. Like night and day. But the excitement is still there. So that's good. The nervousness is gone. Like I don't feel any nerves around it anymore. And the anticipation of what I'm going to say is still there. So that always feels good. Right? The location is different, right? We're in Studio B and I have more things to support me. So it's good. It's good to reflect back on and to see how far we've come, right? Just think about something in your life that you did for the first time, and now you could look back and see how much you progressed in that, right? How much progress you made in that. So that leads me to one of my SIP learnings, right? So there are certain words that don't sit well with me, right? And they are usually words that are said in a positive way. They're words that are said in a positive way, but they don't sit in a positive way for me, right? So I'm going to share 2 of those words and the words that I use that feel better for me, right? They just resonate better for me. And you can let me know if you feel similarly. So whoever's watching, put it in the comments, let me know. And before I say that, you'll know today is yes day. Today is yes day. The reason why I'm not with you today is because I said yes. I had to keep my own word and say yes. And so right now in this moment, I am with probably a group of 25 ninth graders chaperoning one of their trips. So it's my daughter's living environment class. Their teacher reached out to me. He was in a bind, needed someone to chaperone. And what can I say? It's yes day. So I said yes. I said yes. So there you have it. So I would love to know what if you have any yeses so far. And we're going to talk about the yeses more tomorrow, okay, on Thursday when folks are popping on and we're having a good time continuing the celebration. So I mentioned the word progress, right? I could see the progress I made from 2 years ago to now. And progress is one of those words that I like. It resonates with me, right? The word that doesn't resonate with me, which is used pretty often, is productive. I don't like that word for myself, right? I had a productive day. I used to say, I want to have a productive day. I would say that all the time. I really want to have a productive day. I want to have a productive day, right? But then at the end of the day, a lot of times I was productive, but I didn't make progress. Right? I'm busy, being productive like a little bee, but I didn't make any progress in the things that were really important for me and my priorities. I wasn't making progress because I was busy being productive in all these other things, right? And so I'm still working with this for myself. And I would say in the last 2 weeks, people have been giving me feedback unknowingly on all the things that I do. Like, oh my God, you're so busy. You're so busy. Like people that don't even know me well are giving me this feedback. You're so busy. You're so busy, right? And I've been sitting with that and weighing, is the busyness productive? Or, and it could be a and both. Am I making progress? Am I making progress? So that's the question I ask myself often at the end of the day, especially those days where I felt like I was so busy, right? And then when I sit back and reflect, what did I make progress in though? Right? Did I make any progress? So that's my kind of like push and pull dynamic between those two energies of being productive and making progress. And I prefer to lean into progress than productivity. That's me. I want to share one other one. Motivation and inspiration. For me, motivation is a setup. For me. And this is how I hold motivation. Motivation is generated outside of me. It's an external thing, right? People say, "Oh, I'm waiting to feel motivated," right? A good one is, "Oh, I have to feel motivated to go to the gym," right? I have to feel motivated to do this. I have to feel motivated. Where's this motivation coming from? Motivation is waiting for you in the thing that you're supposed to be doing. So if you say, "Oh, I got to wait for motivation. I got to feel motivated to go to the gym." Go to the gym and motivation will be right there on the elliptical machine waiting for you. Just go. It's there already, right? So that's what motivation does nothing for me, right? I do not wait on motivation because I'll be waiting forever. Get in the thing, get in it, right? And you will find motivation there, right there, waiting like this. You finally came, huh? Right? However, inspiration has a totally different energy for me because it's internally generated, right? Inspire of God, right? So inspiration is something that I align myself with, right? It's an energy that I can physically feel in my body, inspiration. And there's certain things that inspire me, right? There's certain things that can be external things that spark inspiration for me. One of those things for me is music. If I'm feeling low, I could turn on one of my joy songs and I feel inspired. It shifts the energy for me. It just shifts the energy for me and it will get me out of my little funk that I might be in. Or it will get me into doing whatever it is that I've been procrastinating and doing. But most of the time, it's just speaking gently and kindly to myself, being kind to myself, saying, girl, come on, you know, to whatever that part within myself that's like, no, right? Like just showing her some love and gently encouraging her to come on, let's go. Let's go. But it's an internal process for me. So I don't need any motivation. Thank you very much. No, thank you. Inspiration is something that I can generate within myself. So there you have it. More of my learnings from SIP. I'd rather have progress than be productive. And I'd rather have inspiration than wait around to feel motivated. How about you? How about you? Or there might be other, like those dynamics of these two things, that one works and the other one not so much, right? All right. So there we have today's celebration, SIP learning, some nuggets for you. We'll continue this on Thursday, and we're going to have folks pop on tomorrow. And so since today, Wednesday the 6th, is Yes Day, I decided to make Thursday the 7th Joy Day. So tomorrow we're going to be in the vibration of joy, generating it from within ourselves. That's the only place it can be generated, right? Inspired by the feeling tone of joy. So we're going to speak joy. We're going to think joy. We're going to feel joy. We're going to be joy tomorrow, Thursday, all day. So tomorrow, please join me. Share your yes stories from today. I really want to know what you say yes to today. I really, really want to know. I'll report back on how my day went with the 9th graders and other yeses I said yes to, that I chose to say yes to. And remember, as long as it doesn't harm you or anyone else, say yes. Say yes. All right. So let's get into some joy news real quick. Join me on Sunday for Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a wonderful guest. We're continuing to celebrate women who are connected to their yes. Then 11:30, Sunday in Praise at Rockland CSL. You can join us via Zoom. Go to rocklandcsl.org, click on the Sunday service link, and you'll be in the Zoom room. Or you can join us on Facebook Live. We live stream on Facebook. My talk on Sunday is Wordle Wisdom, and I'm unveiling aspects of our new vision for Rockland CSL. So please join me for that. April 15th is the next meditation with the moon. April 15th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right where you're watching me now. And new date for the Trunk Show with Gladys Williams is going to be Saturday, May 7th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. Get a preview of beautiful, one-of-a-kind, handmade jewelry. And it's beyond jewelry. It's like on another dimension. So AsantisJewels.com. So check that out. Gladys Williams collection. And you could get some great gifts, even for Mother's Day. It's the day before Mother's Day. Also, May 22nd, I'm the keynote speaker for a women's empowerment brunch called Control Alt Delete. And that's taking place at Pocono Summit, Pennsylvania. It's $35 and it's in person. You can find information on my website, revmelissa.com. You can also find this t-shirt right here on my website. You could click shop and that will connect you to my Etsy store, and you could purchase your Connect to Your Yes and your Live Life Enjoy t-shirts, long sleeve and short sleeve. That's a great way to celebrate the anniversary of SIP. Get yourself a t-shirt. Yes? All right. So I could check in with Sekou, even though we're recording. This will be a first.
Yeah, this is a first. So it was fun to see that video again. Your FFT, as you say, the Brene Brown FFT. What's interesting though, is it's still good. Like for all the things that are weird about it, sideways, you got the head wrap on, the lighting's bad, whatever. It's still good. The content is still good. Like, you know, I was snickering and sniggling at the beginning, and then I found myself listening. Oh, yeah, practice, inspirational reading. And I remember that the inspirational reading was a thing that you and I talked about, because I was reading in the morning, but I was reading stuff that brought me down. And so making the shift to inspirational reading, adding that word made a big difference for me. And I thought, think about journaling and how that's been a journey in and of itself, and how I still need to write longhand. I still insist on typing stuff up, and I know that I need to write it out. So it's, you know, it's like an ongoing thing. That's 2 years we've been talking about it now, right? So in the social media world, we would call it evergreen. That post, that evergreen. Like it was 2 years ago, but it's like it was yesterday. It's all the same right content. It's the right lessons. Then now, like even though your studio has changed and everything around you has changed, the content from the beginning till now is still solid and dependable and helpful.
Oh, thank you, Sekou. Yeah, that's so. I didn't think about it that way, but it's like that with anything that's based in principle, right? It's like all the books, right, that were written 100 years ago, or and it's like, wow, this is still relevant today because it is the truth with a capital T.
Right.
It's based in principle, and that's changeless. It's changeless. Yeah. So I changed from this to this.
Yeah.
But the principles don't change.
The principles are the same.
Yeah.
And you've just been able to give us more and more principles. You went from 5 minutes to a half hour, right? You've been able to give us more and more, from one-off to series, like you call them series. So each series is a whole new thing. Like, it's just grown, but it's grounded in the fundamental stuff.
Yes. Thank you. And you've been with me from day one.
Before we even knew it was called a producer.
Yes.
Well, you know what to call it. Just do the things. Hit the buttons. Make the things move.
Right. Yes. So before we were even on StreamYard, folks don't know this. Here's some behind the scene things. Right. So yes, Sekou produces me on StreamYard. But even before we were on StreamYard, he was producing me. We didn't know that's what was happening. He would give me notes after each of the sips. Right. Yes. So it's just an evolution.
Yeah.
That's
my
all.
Anniversary too. It's my anniversary.
Yes. It's just an evolution.
Yeah, it's an evolution.
Yes. Some baby steps.
Taking that first leap. And I watched it and I gave you notes. And I couldn't believe you were going to do it again the next day. And then every day I would give you notes based on, other life experiences. I would give you notes, and it would get better and better. And it grew and grew. It grew.
Yes.
What it
Yes.
is now.
Yes.
From the very beginning. And it's interesting. I was thinking about you today because I was producing a different live stream, and I wasn't giving any notes, but someone was giving notes. And the person who was accepting the notes wasn't really accepting the notes, And then I remembered how accepting you were of the notes. And so your trajectory was like this, because everything I said that was, pulled from other life experiences I had, you'd be like, okay, done. Okay, done. And even when New Thought Media Network came on, they started giving notes. You're like, okay, done. It'll be done the next time. It wouldn't be like 3-4 times later. It'll be the next episode. Done. And so, shout out to you for that, because I just experienced it today. And I was like, yeah, not everybody can do that. Not everybody can accept the notes in real time and then make use of them. So
yeah. I value feedback. It's really important to me, because that's how you learn and that's how you grow. And having feedback from someone that you trust and someone who wants the best for you just makes it that much easier to accept, because they have your best interests at heart. So look at that. So a note would have been, make sure all your devices are turned off. Right.
All your devices.
Which I would normally do, right?
Yeah.
So that was my TM alarm, because I usually do TM at 6:00, my second to TM. So that was my TM alarm saying, get ready, in a half hour, we're going to do some TM.
Oh, that's good. I just did mine before we did this.
Oh, cool. So going from meditation that I mentioned, right? Just sitting and, breathing, for a couple of minutes, or do guided meditation, to TM twice a day for 20 minutes.
Yeah. And definitely I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't been talking about it. I was curious, but I wouldn't have taken the plunge if you hadn't been talking about it.
Yeah.
So, this is quite the journey that we've been on.
Yes.
Quite the journey.
Yes.
And even the fact that I am on the New Thought Media Network as an extension of being your producer. And that's how we learned what it was called when New Thought Media Network came along. They're like, you need a producer. And you were like, oh, I think I have somebody that does that already. I became a producer here. And then like 15 minutes on your show. No, less than that. A few minutes on your show.
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes on your show. Then my own 15-minute show. And now my own half-hour show. Like, yeah, it's just, as I think about it, it's just as much an anniversary for me as it is for you.
Yes, it is.
Quite the journey. Quite the unexpected journey.
The unexpected
journey.
journey.
I just mentioned, I'm live producing for other people now. Like, now it's a thing I do. It's another thing that I do now because of this whole experience, which is incredible.
Great. Who would have known?
Who would have thought?
But guess what? You said yes.
And so did you.
All right, everybody. All right. So thank you all for being with me today. Even though we were recorded, we still had a great show. Yes. So I'll see you back here live Thursday for Joy Day, for people popping on. I'm so looking forward to being with you all. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right where you're watching me now. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.